Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive.
It's great to be back.
Today we're kind of stepping into the future a little bit.
Into the future?
Yeah, imagine we're at CES 2025.
Oh, wow.
Surrounded by all the cool new tech.
Right.
But for this deep dive,
Yeah.
we're focusing on one specific thing,
Okay.
which is the electric buzz powering it all.
Interesting.
So to guide us on this journey, we've got a really cool report from AZTEQ.
I've heard of them.
They're a sustainability tech company, and they've been analyzing
Okay.
all the trends and opportunities
Makes sense.
in electrification at CES 2025.
Okay.
So think of it as a sneak peek
Gotcha.
into a world with EVs that charge super quick,
Okay.
houses generating their own power,
Wow.
and even farms running completely on electricity.
Farms completely on electricity.
Yeah, pretty wild stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
So the report makes a really strong case
Yeah.
for why this is so important now.
Okay.
They highlight that the International Energy Agency, they found that electrification is key to achieving net zero emissions by 2050.
Oh, wow. 2050.
Which is a big...
That's coming up quickly.
It is, yeah.
That's a big deal.
So net zero, what does that actually mean for us, on a personal level?
Well, think about this.
Okay.
Imagine cutting your carbon footprint in half.
In half.
Everything from driving to heating your home.
Wow.
That's the scale of change we're talking about here.
That's huge.
And it's not just about, warm, fuzzy feelings.
Right.
It's about economic benefits, too.
Oh, so it's good for the planet and our wallets.
Exactly.
I like that. Tell me more.
Well, battery technology, smart grids, renewables,
Yeah.
they're all advancing so quickly
Yeah.
that it's making electrification much more affordable
Okay.
and practical than ever before.
So it's almost like
It really is.
all these things are aligning perfectly to make this happen.
It is. It's like a perfect storm.
And it's not just happening organically.
Right.
Governments are also involved.
Oh, for sure.
The report mentions Europe's Green Deal,
Uh-huh.
the U.S. Inflation Reduction Act,
Yes.
pouring tons of money into clean energy and infrastructure.
Yeah, that's a huge driving force.
So it's kind of creating this global push for innovation.
Absolutely. I mean, there's a real urgency to address the climate crisis.
Yeah.
And electrification is a major part of the solution.
For sure. So CES 2025, it's like we get to see
Yeah.
this future in action.
Like a crystal ball.
Exactly. What are some of the innovations that you're most excited about?
Well, let's start with cars.
Okay, everyone loves a good car reveal,
yeah.
especially at CES,
Yeah.
right?
So the next generation of EVs is really impressive.
Okay.
Imagine solid-state batteries.
Yeah.
With 30% more range.
Okay, 30%, that's a lot.
It's huge than current batteries,
Yeah.
but also charging in minutes, not hours.
Wait, hold on, minutes.
Minutes.
Not hours.
Not hours.
That changes everything.
It's a total game changer.
Road trips.
Yeah.
Range anxiety. It's like a whole different world. Exactly. So it's not just the cars themselves, it's the entire ecosystem.
Exactly.
So autonomous electric vehicles?
Yeah. Self-driving,
Combining AI and green energy?
the ultimate combo.
Right. They even talk about EV recycling,
Yeah.
making sure those materials get reused.
We need to think about the whole life cycle.
Absolutely. Can't just keep making new stuff.
Right.
But even with the super fast charging, we still need somewhere to plug in.
That's true.
What about the charging infrastructure?
Well, the report talks about solar-powered charging stations.
Oh, wow. So they generate their own energy.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
And then there's vehicle-to-grid, or V2G technology.
V2G. Okay.
So imagine your car not only consuming energy,
Okay.
but also feeding it back into the grid.
So like during peak hours?
Exactly.
So it's like your car's a mini power plant.
Exactly, contributing to the whole system.
That's incredible.
It is.
But before we get too carried away with the cars,
Yeah.
electrification is transforming homes too.
For sure, the idea of the smart home
Yeah, smart home.
is evolving really quickly.
So what does that actually look like now?
Well, imagine your home has this intelligent energy management system
Okay.
that optimizes your energy use
Based on,
based on your habits, the cost of electricity.
so like it knows when to run appliances.
Exactly. So things run when energy is cheapest and greenest.
So my fridge could do the laundry in the middle of the night,
Maybe.
and energy is cheap.
Yeah, something like that.
I like it. Sign me up.
Right.
But it goes beyond individual homes, right?
It does.
What about the impact on whole communities?
That's where community microgrids come in.
Community microgrids, okay.
So these are self-contained energy systems for neighborhoods.
Wow.
They use solar panels, battery storage, and smart grid technology.
All in one.
Yeah, they manage energy locally.
So communities can be more self-sufficient?
Exactly. They can generate and manage their own power.
That's amazing, but let's not forget about the big energy users.
Oh, right, like industry and agriculture.
Yeah. How is electrification changing those sectors?
Well, it's a big shift.
Okay.
And the report has some interesting examples.
Yeah.
So for industries like manufacturing and construction,
Okay.
they're replacing fossil fuels with electric heating systems
Okay.
and electric-powered machinery.
So, like,
Robots on factory floors,
okay.
construction sites,
All electric.
all running on clean electricity.
Wow. And what about farming?
Farming.
Can you really have tractors running on batteries?
You'd be surprised.
Okay.
The report highlights these autonomous electric tractors.
What?
Yeah, they can till fields
Okay.
silently.
Oh, emissions.
Zero emissions.
Wow.
It's not just the machinery either.
Okay.
They're talking about AI-powered irrigation systems
Okay.
that optimize water and energy use.
Based on real-time conditions?
Exactly. Weather and crop needs.
It's like a sci-fi movie.
It really is.
But it's happening now.
It is. It's happening now.
And AZTEQ, the company behind all of this?
Yeah.
They're not just observing these trends.
No.
They're actively involved.
Right. We're walking the walk.
Exactly. They're doing some really innovative work.
Yeah, they're developing eco-friendly cloud solutions.
Meaning.
Their data centers are powered by renewable energy.
So they're practicing what they preach.
Exactly. And they're also working on this green blockchain project.
A green blockchain, I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
What is that?
So they're using blockchain technology.
Blockchain. Yeah.
Which is known for being very secure
Yeah.
and transparent
Okay.
to track renewable energy.
So every kilowatt hour
Every kilowatt hour of solar or wind power
is recorded.
on this digital ledger.
It's like a digital passport for clean energy.
Exactly. You can verify that it's actually from renewable sources.
So how does that connect to the wider goal of electrification?
That's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
They're integrating this blockchain with smart grids to create a more efficient and transparent energy market.
So imagine being able to choose your electricity provider
Right.
based on,
Based on their commitment to renewables.
and you could even,
You could even choose to buy directly from local producers.
wow, that changes everything.
And the blockchain verifies the whole process.
That's incredible, but wouldn't that require a lot of coordination
Absolutely. It would need a lot of coordination.
between energy producers?
Producers, grid operators, and consumers.
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
It is. But that's exactly what AZTQ is trying to do.
Wow, it's incredible how they're bringing all these different technologies together.
Yeah.
But amidst all this talk about technology, we can't forget about the individual.
You're right. What role do we play as people in this electric future?
Yeah, that's a good question. Maybe that's something we can explore in Art too.
I think so.
So stick around, everyone.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back to our deep dive into the electric future.
Now, before the break, we were talking about
Yeah.
this idea of a green blockchain
Right.
tracking renewable energy.
It's pretty amazing. But for a lot of people, when they hear blockchain,
I know what you mean.
they think crypto.
Pick up coin,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
So can you break it down for us? Like, how would this actually work for powering our homes?
Okay, so imagine every time a solar panel
Yeah.
or a wind turbine generates electricity,
Okay.
that energy gets recorded
Okay.
on this digital ledger.
Like a virtual logbook.
Exactly. That's a great way to think about it.
So that's the blockchain.
That's the blockchain.
Okay.
And it's designed to be super secure and transparent.
Okay, so when I flip on my lights at home,
Yeah.
I could trace that electricity back to the source.
Exactly. You can see if it came from a wind farm or a solar array.
That's amazing.
It is pretty cool.
But wouldn't that require like a massive upgrade
Well, it would involve some upgrades
to our current infrastructure?
to the grid, yeah.
Grid, okay.
So that's where smart grids come in.
Okay, smart grids?
They can handle the two-way flow of electricity. So you have traditional power plants,
Yeah.
but also things like rooftop solar panels.
Feeding into the grid.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it's like upgrading from a one-way street
Okay.
to a multi-lane highway for electricity.
I like that analogy.
Yeah?
So I'm starting to see how it all fits together,
Yeah.
but what's in it for me?
What's in it for the average person?
Yeah, like why should I care?
Well, for one, you get more control, more
Now-
transparency.
Okay.
So you could choose your electricity provider
Okay.
based not just on price,
Right on.
their commitment to renewables.
Okay.
You could prioritize buying from local sources.
So it's like a shift
It is.
from a centralized system
Yeah.
to a more decentralized one.
Exactly, putting the power back in the hands of the people.
Literally. Literally. But let's shift gears a bit.
Okay.
We've been talking a lot about technology.
Yeah.
But what would living in this more electric world actually feel like?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I think the most noticeable difference would be cleaner air,
Cleaner air.
less pollution.
Because.
We're transitioning away from gasoline cars and trucks.
Okay.
So fewer respiratory problems.
That's huge.
Yeah, just a higher quality of life overall.
I can definitely get behind that.
Yeah.
But wouldn't a shift to EVs put a huge strain on the grid?
That's a common concern.
Yeah, like everyone plugging in their cars at the same time.
I know what you mean.
Wouldn't that cause blackouts?
That's where smart grids come in.
Okay. Smart grids again?
And VDG technology.
Okay.
So your electric car could actually act as a backup power source for your home.
So it's not just taking energy.
No.
It can give it back.
Exactly.
Wow.
It could feed energy back to the grid during those peak hours.
So it's like this giant interconnected network.
It is, all working together.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But what about those of us who live in older homes or apartments?
Okay.
Can't afford a Tesla or solar panels?
That's a valid point.
Yeah, like how can we participate in this electric revolution?
Well, it's important to make sure this transition is equitable and accessible for everyone.
Of course.
There are ways to contribute without making those big investments.
Like what?
Simple things like switching to LED light bulbs,
Okay.
using energy-efficient appliances,
Yeah.
being mindful of your energy consumption.
Okay.
You could also look into community solar programs.
Community solar, what's that?
You subscribe to a shared solar array
Okay.
and get credits on your electricity bill.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So those are all great practical tips. But beyond our individual actions,
Right.
what role does government policy play?
Oh, policy is huge.
Oh.
Things like incentives for buying EVs,
Okay.
investments in charging infrastructure,
Yeah.
regulations that promote renewable energy.
So it's about creating an environment where those sustainable choices
Exactly.
are easier.
And more affordable.
So it sounds like it's a combination of things. It is individual actions,
Individual actions,
technology, and government policy
all working together.
to drive this transformation.
Yeah, but are there any downsides
Downsides
to all of this?
That's a good question.
One concern is the environmental impact of mining
For
for all those raw materials,
the batteries.
for the batteries, for everything.
That's true.
We need to make sure those processes are sustainable and ethical.
Absolutely. We can't just trade one problem for another.
Right.
What about the cost?
It's cost, yeah.
Switching to EVs, upgrading our homes, all this infrastructure.
It does sound expensive.
It sounds very expensive.
There's no doubt that upfront costs can be a barrier,
Yeah.
especially for people with limited resources.
All right.
But those investments pay off over time.
In what way?
EVs have lower operating costs than gas cars.
Okay.
Solar and wind power eventually pay for themselves.
Right.
Energy efficiency upgrades can reduce your utility bills.
So it's about taking that long-term view. But amidst all this talk about costs and benefits, we can't lose sight of the big picture.
The big picture.
Like, why is this electric revolution so important?
It's about the climate crisis
The climate crisis.
and ensuring a livable planet for the future.
For future generations.
Yeah, burning fossil fuels is a major contributor to greenhouse gas emissions
And that's driving climate change.
and all its consequences.
So electrification powered by renewables offers a way to decarbonize our economy.
And hopefully mitigate the worst effects of climate change.
It's not just about cool gadgets
No.
or saving money.
It's about our responsibility to protect the planet.
Exactly. And that's why these conversations are so important.
They are. We need to raise awareness and inspire action.
So as we go into the final part of our deep dive,
Okay.
let's reflect on what we've learned and explore what we can actually do
What actions we can take.
to embrace this electric revolution.
Sounds good.
Stay with us. And we are back for the final part of our electric deep dive.
I feel like we've covered so much ground already.
We really have the urgency of electrification.
Yeah.
The amazing innovations we saw at CES 2025.
All those cool gadgets.
And even some of the challenges that come with this huge shift.
It's a lot to take in.
It is, but before we wrap things up,
Yeah.
what were some of the big takeaways for you from the AZTEQ report?
Well, one thing that really stuck with me is just how much electrification is impacting everything.
Yeah, it's not just electric cars anymore, is it?
No, not at all. It's like the whole world is going electric.
It really feels that way. Our homes, the
Transportation.
industries.
Agriculture.
It's like a fundamental shift.
Yeah, in how we use energy.
And it's happening right now.
Right in front of us.
CES 2025 is proof of that.
Seeing all that innovation in action,
It's pretty mind-blowing.
and it's not just one technology.
Right.
It's AI, blockchain, smart grids, renewables.
It's like they're all coming together.
Yeah, to create this new energy ecosystem.
It's like a symphony of innovation.
I like that each instrument playing its part.
But even with a symphony, you need a conductor
It's true.
to bring everything together.
And that's where companies like AZTEQ come in.
With their vision for a unified electric ecosystem.
It's an exciting vision,
It is. They're pushing the boundaries, connecting the dots.
showing us what's possible.
But it's not just about the big companies, is it?
No, definitely not.
The report emphasizes that individuals have a role to play, too.
Absolutely, we all have a part in this.
It's about making those conscious choices.
Everyday choices.
Whether it's driving an electric car,
Or putting solar panels on your roof.
or even just being mindful of how much energy we use.
Exactly, those small actions add up.
It's empowering to know that we're not just along for the ride.
Right, we're actually shaping the future.
So as we wrap up our deep dive,
Okay.
we want to leave you with one final thought.
Right.
Imagine a world with clean, affordable energy for everyone.
That's the dream.
Cities without smog.
Industries running on renewables.
Homes powered by the sun and wind.
It's a vision worth striving for.
It really is. So what's one thing you can do to embrace this electric revolution?
Maybe swap out an old light bulb for an LED,
That's a good one.
or research electric vehicles.
Or even just talk to your family about saving energy.
Every little bit helps.
Because every step we take moves us closer to that brighter, cleaner future.
To a more electric world.
Thanks for joining us on this electrifying journey.
It's been a pleasure.
We'll see you next time for another deep dive into the world of knowledge and innovation.